Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest. We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it? He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp. When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
If I'm a one-hit wonder, at least I got one, huh? At least I got something. Really ain't me. The beat bumping, one song could change lives. Let's see something. One joke could save lives. We gon' keep coming, keep functioning. Something out of nothing. Ball-wise, I'm top 300. Get your favorite artist. I'll chop it up with mutton. If they haters, your ghosts can be bludgeon. If they for real, we getting money. Subtract BS minus Negroes, cutting everything authentic. Stupid shit I did it. Punishing myself like my mom prison. No questions, no tea, not lifted. One time for tea, being broke wasn't living. One hit wonder. At least I got.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Hold on a minute. Peace and blessings, man. Happy Saturday. Hope all is well with the people. Shout outs to my poets, my writers, my content creators. You know the energy. The vibe. The feng shui. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. I want to give a quick shout outs. Sid to Rob for the intro. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, sir. Shout out to Chef. Shout out to Arcana. Shout out to Knight. Keep grinding. My thoughts and prayers go out to you all. You see the title? We got to talk. We got to talk. I got a clip that I'm going to play here shortly. It's like, let me see. Yeah. Funny. It's 316. It's officially 316. Your boy wilding out. At this point, man, I'm done with Snoop, man. I am. Taking it too far. I can't say I'm really surprised though, but it's like, all right, now we understand the line has been drawn. You've made it perfectly clear. If it wasn't clear before, it is abundantly clear now where you stand, sir. I'm gonna run the clip and then we're gonna proceed with the show. Do me a solid, like, share, comment, repost. Let the people know that we are on. Crypto Creed will be returning. I think I got a solution here. I think I figured it out. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we're gonna test it out. All right, we're gonna see. Like, I got a real laggy device. It doesn't really have much loyalty to me, so it's hard for me to really trust it. So look, this is what I'm gonna do. Forget all that. Let me go ahead and bring this up on the big screen, and we're gonna jump into it. Let me see if I want this camera angle or do I want the other one. I'm gonna go with the other one. Cool. I'm gonna let it run all the way through. I'm not gonna stop it. I'm just gonna let it play.
Snoop Dogg ass was threatened to have everything taken away from him. Just a month ago, Snoop Dogg, August 2025, was on a podcast stating that he took his grandchild to see Lightyear, and was scared to go to the movies ever since because he was left having to explain to his grandchild why two men or two women was raising a child or had a child together on the kids' cartoon show. Now, not even 30 days later, 60 days later, this motherfucker got a partnership with his cartoon network with the LBGABC community to educate children in his children's cartoon series. What? Look, Hayes gonna pull the facts. I don't even make videos like this no more for real. Unless I'm coming with some real shit, some shit to really open your mind. But these people don't really. Everybody loves Snoop. Thought you love. These people ain't shit, bro. They done sold they soul to the devil, and the devil come to collect at any time. Anytime you step out of character, you step out of line, and you have clips going viral to where you don't understand some shit that they been understanding and trying to get you to understand. Which I don't agree with it, but I'm just saying how they trying to put it in your head. They try to make people see this stuff all the time because even if a kid ain't thinking to be that way, never was that way, ain't got that, by them vividly seeing this all the time, people mimic what they see, especially children. Your big grown ass be scrolling on the internet and be influenced by other grown people. So I know for a fact children is being influenced. So even if they don't have that inside of them to be that way, by them seeing it all the time and putting it in their face, or make them go and try it. This shit deep. But anyways, like I said, man, they done threatened his ass. When that clip went out, they done threatened Snoop Dogg ass. Bro, we gonna take all those 100 millions, all those deals, bro. We can wipe your life away just like that. They done threatened to take all that nigga money. You feel me? You either gonna, you know what I'm saying, get with the program, or we gonna do something about you. Right here in August 2025, just a month ago, It's Giving podcast, Snoop Dogg recalled taking his grandchild to see Lightyear, a scene in the movie. It was a lesbian couple with a child, his grandson, to ask Papa Snoop how she have a baby with a woman. Huh? He caught off guard. The rapper said he was caught off guard and did not know how to respond to the question in a moment. He told his grandson to watch the movie and eat his popcorn. So he was unprepared. Scared to go to the movies again. Snoop joked on the podcast that the incident left him scared to go to the movies. He was thrown into a conversation he was not expecting or prepared to have with a young child. But now all of a sudden, in the clip in the podcast, he was just saying, talking about, yeah, like kids should see that, it's okay. Like, He just saying a woman, whether it's a woman and a woman raising a child or a man and a man, everything he was against at first, now he's obviously with it. Boy. Know the difference now. And a lot of y'all say, oh, Kai sold his soul, blah, blah, blah. He's on the verge. They trying to get him. Him being around people like this and all them other stars, all of them done did it. They gonna talk him into it if he ain't strong enough. But he done turned down deals with certain motherfuckers $60 million because they didn't want him talking about Jesus and shit. This nigga, he's not like that. He's not like that at all. This nigga folded in 30 fucking days, bro. Nigga.
Snoop. At this point, sir, yeah, you done on this side. Over here in this space, everything that you done did leading up to this point, man, I can't even jack it, bro. Y'all really be out here doing anything for money. Now I know a bunch of you have different opinions and views on it. That's cool. I'm gonna say this just to start it off. To each his own, but not in mine. Not in my house. No. You can do it wherever you want. Not here. I don't want my nieces. I don't want my nephews. I don't want my kids. I don't want any children that I am associated with via an extension of my family to be a part of this. What's going on, man? Talk to me.
What's good with you, man? This nightcap, right? So this is what we're gonna talk about for the night. Old Snoop Dogg. Shaking my head. Um, it's wild to me, you know what I'm saying? Because, Snoop Dogg is considered, I believe he was in my top 10 too. We did a top 10. So Snoop Dogg is definitely one of the greatest rap icons and of all time. Ain't no doubt about that. And everything that we came up off of, all his old hits, his music and everything like that. This is this is a different time. Um that's crazy, man. You had grandson in there asking about two men and two women. Like, I mean, that's the society we live in today, though. That's the society we live in today. But at the same time, I feel like coming up, the next generation. So we talking about the next generation and stuff. It's nothing wrong with bringing your kids up, young kids, and teaching them as a parent or grandparent like Snoop. You know, the right way to go, keeping them on track. You know what I mean? Because just because you see something like your boy said in the video, that don't mean that don't mean go copy the shit. That don't mean imitate what you see. You know what I'm saying? That's where that foundation come in at. And if Snoop Dogg putting down a good foundation for his grandkids, because their grandkids asking them that question, then the obvious answer is no. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be man on woman. That's a normal household, a man and woman. It don't never say a father and a father. It don't never say mother on mother. It's father and mother like that. So I just think, the kids, because they're young, they should at least know the correct way despite what they see. And it is a heavy influence. But I mean, it's been that way for some time now. But just because you might see somebody go that way or come up that way and it might be the norm for them, that don't mean it's the true norm. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. I just think kids need to just know the correct way and then, let the chips fall where they may.
Everybody wants to give their children, their legacy, their lineage, the best shot at life. You want them to be the healthiest, the wisest, the smartest. Nobody goes out of their life. Like, I can't imagine a single soul that has a heart that hasn't been completely damaged by life and its experiences. I can't see you going out of your way to purposely try to destroy an impressionable mind for profit. I still believe there's folks that have integrity, right? I'm not thinking, you 5 years old, I'm about to turn on UFC and watch next to you two people go blow to blow, bloody and all type. I'm not about to put you in front of a screen and have you watching Sexy Red shaking her ass on Chris Brown. I'm not about to put you in front of a camera and have you listening to a president who don't give a shit about us. I'm not about to sit here and put you in front of a camera or in front of a monitor as you have bitter, lost, confused men and women give advice about how to live life. My level of concern for how it's going to rub off on you is going to be too high. I just couldn't see me doing it. Now I want you to have the choice. Like, once you are old enough, then you want to decide what you want to pursue in this life. You got all free range. My only position is to facilitate the best environment for you to be able to navigate your own journey outside of these doors. Because once you leave outside of this infrastructure and you go out there, all bets are off. Just no holds bar. It's like the 24-hour, it's like the 24/7 title. You just don't know what's coming, where it's coming from. Everybody is coming for the championship. At least in here, I can tell you what to look out for out there. See, I don't want your blood on my hands for failing to be the best teacher as I possibly could. So when Snoop first came up on my radar, and he said, and I can't quote it specifically, when he said he don't fuck with Donald Trump and he would never support Donald Trump, and then he went and performed at that man's inauguration, I was already done with him then, because it was like, my nigga, you full of shit. Snoop Dogg. Murder Was the Case. You got all these legendary records. You're a Crip, and you all this gang banging and all this bullshit out here in the world, and you supposed to stand for this and that. Everything that stereotypes attached to you, you turn around and you do the complete opposite. You don't really represent Black culture at all. You didn't before, really. You really don't now, because you just basically said you about to side with somebody who don't fuck with us, and he don't fuck with this country for real. So you already crossed us then. But of course the people forgave it and they let the shit go, right? Nobody even talks about that part. But now you telling me you just contradicted yourself again. And it's like, all right, how many times we just gonna sit up here and pretend like this man ain't full of shit? Remember, I said people will be worshiping and idolizing these celebrities. These folks can do and say and get away whatever the hell they want, and nobody's going to say a word. In another interview, you basically said, shit, you don't really deal with the LGBT shit. You don't want your youngins to be confused by it and shit. And here you are. You got a whole cartoon after you just said what you said about the cartoon that you went with your niece to go see. It's not even, for me, it's not even about the fact that you're doing the cartoon. It's not even about being offended by the LGBT shit. I don't care. That's the choice that you made for your life. What my problem is the agenda. What they're attempting to do, what they've been doing, and your hypocrisy. That's my problem. Why would I believe a single word out of your mouth after Trump? Now this. That shit don't make no sense to me. None whatsoever. You know, it was already bad enough, right? That the music that we were already digesting was toxic, poisonous. The music already was influencing us to kill, to shoot up, to smoke, to build trap houses, to build toxic communities. That was already a problem, even though people just let that slide. But you're assisting in trying to make it okay for kids to be influenced by other people that are of the same gender. I yield the mic.
So pretty much what we getting on today, I guess we calling Snoop Dogg a sellout, or he bought in. Can we say he bought in? Because this is really discrediting his career, man, with these allegations and these situations that we hearing about him these days. Like, I mean, you want to keep you want to maintain your level of star power, your legacy, like you said, you said you want. I want to see Snoop maintain that as he get older, man. But it's like now that he's getting older, you getting into all of this. You're getting into all of these politics, and that's another thing. Politics is not really good to get into, especially from the background that he had, rapping and everything like that. It's just a bad look. You got other rappers coming up. I mean, I want to see him do more to the future coming up, give back that way. You know what I'm saying? But this right here is really against everything he, kind of stood on, man, coming up, especially in the '90s. You know what I'm saying? So with me, man, I just like, you got to teach the kids and the youth better than what they getting influenced by. Not just with this situation with the man on man, woman on woman type thing, but I just think in general, you gotta bring the kids up a little better. He got grandkids, so I like the fact that he was in the football. He was doing something with the Pop Warner. That was a good look. I'm all for that, seeing that. He doing something with the youth, and that was great. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do when you get at a certain status and a certain level in that game. Like Ice Cube. Ice Cube got the big three. You know what I'm saying? He's always working on the project, trying to give back. You know what I'm saying? Expanding his fame, his name. And that's how I want to view Snoop. I don't want to view him with bullshit like this. This shit right here don't make no sense, man. With the background that he got, man, he came up with Tupac, Death Row, all that. Like this is bogus to me. You know what I'm saying? So I just want him to get on, get on some positive shit. It ain't nothing wrong with getting on some positive shit, but I would like to see him just focus more on giving back to what brought him to the dance, man. Do for somebody what somebody have done for you at this point. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy your grandkids. You know what I'm saying? You got them, enjoy them, do stuff with them. But this shit right here is, come on. It's an open and closed case. You got a wife, you murder, you had kids. I mean, that's the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Kids should understand that, and they should understand. Basically, they should understand the difference. You know what I'm saying? And what is and what isn't. And that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg, the legacy that he leaving, he need to stick to he need to stick to what he's familiar with. I don't these that shit right there with Trump, him doing all this shit with Trump and all of that, man. He need to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you Snoop Dogg. Like I see Ric Flair, that celebrity, the Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, the he think he can go to all these locker rooms and all that. Like it's not for everybody to mingle and dib and dab and all of these things. If it don't fit you, that's why I say stay. People got to stay in their lane and not get caught up, because shit like this will drag a career down to me, and we don't need his career sinking. We want to remember him, for what he gave, like you said, to the black community. You know what I'm saying? What he gave to the black community, that's what we want to remember him for. This sh- this shit like this will fuck a career up. This will fuck a career up. So hopefully he clean it up, but yeah, that's not going to go. You know what I'm saying? The kids today really need to understand that 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 man on man, woman on woman is not it, man. I'm sorry. That's where I stand on it. I'm not out here promoting that. You know, do I hate that community? No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? I believe everybody is peoples, but at the same time, you know, when you bringing up the youth, you know, that's just my stance on it. You got to show people right, man. And long as Snoop Dogg doing that, man, I'm cool with him.
Do you think that at some point, salute to Team US 2K, by the way, do you think that these people sacrifice or sell their souls to maintain their level of success at some point? Or do you think that Snoop Dogg is really in a position to influence anybody in general? Because let's be honest here, man. Most of these people have given their entire soul for success, man. People will literally do the most disgusting things for fame and fortune, brother. We know this. It's documented. It's something that should be common to everybody. Diddy is a perfect example. You know, I don't think that he was ever really a great influence on people. And what I find distasteful is how they take certain people from the culture, they put them in front of the camera, and then they attach influence, or they model them as something that we're supposed to be inspired by. Like, oh, I'm supposed to grow up and be a rapper slash drug dealer slash 10 plus kid type of a person slash I wear jewelry and flaunt jewelry and guns and blah blah. They plaster these type of men and women in front of us all the time. To me, it's insulting because it's like, what are you trying to say, my nigga? Are you insinuating that I don't have the intellect to be a doctor, a neurosurgeon? I can't be anything other than a gangster slash whatever. All I'm good for is this right here. From Snoop to Sexy Red to Cardi B to Drake to Chris Brown to you name it, is always a similar characteristic in each person that always is supposed to mirror or reflect the character of the stereotypes that they constantly put on us. Do you really honestly believe that Snoop Dogg is for the people? Do you really think that he was ever for the people? I mean, really think about it for a second. The man said fuck Trump, and then he ended up siding with him, performing for him. We know what type of time Trump on. We know what type of time anyone associated with him is on. Look at the history. Look at the content. If anything here was correct, that man was about to lose everything, or he's in a space where he could lose everything. Because why? Because they have an agenda. The agenda is to conform and turn children into confused zombies. They don't want nuclear households. They want to destroy our foundations. You make men gay, you make women gay, you can't procreate no more. You don't have no strong men in the house no more. The women hate the men. The men hate the women. Just all a divide. How do you get people on your side to do what you want them to do? You take people like Cardi B, who has a voice, people like Snoop, who has a voice, You put them there. Tell them, look, this is the script. I got $20 million for you. I got a contract for you that says, look, you do this for me, I'll take care of all of this. All you got to do is X, Y, and Z. You don't think that he's a part of that, or are you saying that? Well, what I mean, like, what? I don't know. At this point, bro, I don't trust him. I don't even fuck with him after this. I don't even have an issue with the confused. You like what you like. I don't have no problem with that. I have a problem with you trying to forcefully trying to make us accept something that we don't want to. I don't want that shit on my TV. I don't want my core ideals and beliefs to be violated, or I don't want them to be disrespected or treated like they don't matter just because your feelings are hurt. I yield the mic.
Yeah, man. To me, it's just a case of once a star, you always a star. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg, he built a legacy. And if you really want to get into the meat and potatoes of this Snoop Dogg thing, if you really want to get down through there with this, we can do that. Cause to keep it a whole buccaneer with you, we can slide all this propaganda, this BS we hearing about him today. You know what I'm saying? We can just base it all for the 90s. And that right there will show you what type of guy he really is, you know what I'm saying? And what he was doing for the community, the culture, and all of that. And to me, looking back on it, I'm gonna put all this right here to the side. Just looking back on it, uh, he was hanging with Tupac and stuff. It's like, to me, Tupac seemed like he always was like genuinely down with for the people. You know what I'm saying? And he was considered the biggest star in the game right there. And if he really wasn't down, you would have kind of saw some glimpses and kind of felt it through his music and all of that. So once again, I'm gonna say this on that. Some people, it's just like sports, you know what I'm saying? Some people kind of play for a check, you know what I'm saying? And then some people, they want to do it for the love of the game. And you got to decide which one of you. Some people don't give a fuck. They just want to get a bag. Like we talked about earlier, like somebody like Brock, he's a mercenary. He want that bag. He's a prize fighter. Then you got somebody like your boy going out, John, he actually got passion for this. So to me, that's the different criteria that I kind of place people in. And I the way it looked to me, it looked like he's on that side from back in the day. It was more about getting on, you know what I'm saying? Getting in and getting on. So with Snoop, for him to get to this point, he had to have a lot of holes in his game back in the day. You see what I'm saying? To get to this point, it's just a little louder now because he's older and his name is out there. He's been around, so he can kind of come out with it now. You know what I'm saying? He one of them rappers that paid his dues. He been around the industry so long that, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Most of these rappers uh do try to sell out, to stay up there. You know what I'm saying? But not all of them. So I think that's when it comes down to the character. This is like a character type shit. So that's why I say slide all that. How was that man character back in the day? How was he moving back in the day when he was a straight up crip? How was he moving? Was he on some snake shit? Was he snitching on his boys low key? Like, what was this man on? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a character hit, and I don't think because you was dangling, you was bringing up dangling money and all of that in people's face, but everybody can't be bought, my nigga. Like some people really stand on real shit and real principles. You know what I'm saying? That's real. I seen it with my eyes. Like everybody ain't gonna bite into a dollar and get people up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So but I'm not gonna say people won't do that either. You know, some people will do that and take that bread and do what they do. But yeah, I don't believe everybody can't be bought. I'm with that. And the people that the people that is bought, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna see it in their flaws and in their character. You gonna see the difference. And I just feel like some people do it for a check once again, and then some people do it for the art, the love of the game. They are real artists out here.
The people who didn't sell out, you don't see them no more. Either you don't see them no more because nobody wants to work with them because they got blackballed, or because they're still working, but it's all low budget. Nobody wants to really touch them. They got regular 9 to 5 jobs. They get on interviews, and when people ask them what happened, like, where did your career go? And they say, look, man, they wanted me to do some things that I wasn't really comfortable with. I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to do all of that. It was a great opportunity. I got a chance to work with a lot of great people, yada, yada. You know, they always give you that runaround. They won't never be specific about what happens. But over the last couple of months, I've did reactions to 2 or 3 people where they all said the same thing, man. Matter of fact, Kevin Sorbo just left a post and he said, look, man, most of the industry, they're pedos, man. They're pedophiles. That's why he ain't doing what he's doing anymore. They didn't blackball him. He said he left because they freaks. Snoop Dogg could have came into the business, and I think a lot of them do, right? Where you work hard, you do everything that nobody else is willing to do. You put in the work, you put in the effort. Nobody's showing up for you. You got to do it 99.9% of the time. The grunt work, the marketing, the promoting, the music, whatever it is, you got to do all of that shit yourself. Everybody is against you. Nobody believes in you. When you get your foot through the door, all that hunger, you know it. How many albums have we listened to back in the 90s, early 2000s, where you would listen to an album and be like, damn, this is one of the best albums I heard in a while. Like, you can play that shit from start to finish, or a nigga would be in 20 movies in 1 year. You'd be like, damn. And all it took was them to get their foot through the door. And they showed you, look, yeah, I'm about to take it. I'm about to take every opportunity I got and I'm gonna run with it. They get all of that shit. You hear it. And then eventually what happens is the hype starts to wear off. You done made the money, you done made the movies, the music, but you don't have the same struggles anymore. So you can't perform like that no more. You can't write like that no more. eventually you're going to have to adjust to the times. And then on top of that, you have newer faces coming in. Now, let's say, for argument's sake, Snoop, like his lifestyle or not, let's say Snoop was on the up and up, but eventually, just like everybody else, it's just like in wrestling. Eventually, there's going to be someone younger that comes in or has a different style and a different approach. They come in and now they have their own demographic of people. You're not getting the same attention that you were. Your team is saying, look, man, you're going to have to figure out how to stay relevant. You're going to have to change your dress code. You're going to have to start dancing with white people. You're going to have to start swimming with sharks or doing some weird shit. You're going to have to do something. 60, 70% of these people have all gone through it. And you can see, like Kanye West. Remember when Kanye West started out? He didn't come off like he was a nut or crazy and shit. He came off as if he was very intellectually sound. Soon as he tasted that lifestyle and he started meeting these people and seeing all this shit, look at him now. Orlando Brown, that's old Raven. Remember him on Family Matters? The little badass kid on Family Matters? Look at Orlando Brown now. He's lucky he's not in a straitjacket. Everybody who interacts with these motherfuckers in Hollywood and in the industry, they either survive the shit or they go off grid. And if you survive it, you are not the person that you were when you came into it at all. Snoop is one of them people I believe actually sold out. I believe he sold out. I believe he sold out way before this. But I digress. Are you with the mic?
Yeah, he definitely sold out, man. And I hear what you're saying about staying relevant, and people got to do something strange for some change. I know you heard that one before, but yeah, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the business part about moving on. Um, I believe that you can still be relevant, but I'm not I'm not changing my whole style up to keep up with anybody like that. Like, my style is what made me who I am. Like, he got market. Snoop Dogg got market clothes that sell hoodies and jeans and all. Everybody want that. Snoop Dogg with the blue and the crip attire that he got in there. So I mean, he's been trying to do set up business moves and things like that. And I mean, as far as rapping, I mean, he look at him. He already had his time. I mean, I wouldn't be chasing nobody that's relevant today. I will be on my own journey. Like, take a look at 50 Cent. He coming in. You already got top rappers in the game that was hot, such as Jay-Z and DMX and with Ja Rule at that time. But 50 Cent made the most of his opportunity, but he understood business. He dropped his first album You can listen to that joint all the way through. Then you got the next album was close to that, and then everything after that was kind of like a flop. I'm falling back. I'm making Bulletproof. I'm making a video game now that he about to star in Street Fighters. So you got to find other business avenues to keep your name relevant and also keep your integrity, because that P Diddy shit, man, rocked the whole industry, and it still is rocking. There's a lot of names involved, a lot of actors, a lot of sports players involved in that shit, and everybody got tangled up in it. And I'm just saying that if you anybody anybody that's somebody in the industry pretty much drop their drawers for Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Put a little baby oil and some snake on it. I mean, that's pretty much how it's presented. Anybody that's somebody have done it. And if you haven't done it, you're going to be asked to do it. And if you say no, you're going to be asked to do it again. So I get the Hollywood thing. I mean, but you still got some you still had some good decent brothers that was decent in Hollywood that kept their nose clean. Shout out to my man Malcolm Jamal Warner. I know we talked about him. He stood on all 10, handled his business in Hollywood. And he stood on it all the way through. He ain't do that. See, it's people that know how to stay get in there, but stay out that limelight. But it's people in there that's starving for that attention. And like you said, it's certain things you got to do to keep getting fed. And if that's where your character at, that's where your manhood at, and all that, then we got something for you. You know what I'm saying? We can make you the biggest industry plant there is, but you gotta do something for us. And as long as we have these transactional fame going on today, then we know what we spending our money on. I remember back in the day, the people would line up and get those albums because it was relatable, because they was feeling their music. Shout out to D'Angelo, rest in peace. You see what I'm saying? It's certain artists, man, that was handling their business back there, and everybody wanted that album. Snoop Dogg was one of those, no doubt about it. He was one of the tops, and he was on one of the biggest groups ever. Death Row. Once you got on Death Row Records, that was it. His man was Dr. Dre, stepping on gin and juice. You know the rest. So, going from all of that, coming from that background, and I believe he was like what 18, 19 when he started, no more than 20 years old, man. So the man got at least 30 plus in the industry. He wouldn't be dead caught trying to compete with somebody younger than him. I mean, his to me, the closest one that was like him passed away. That was Nipsey. Nipsey was, he had some similarities with Snoop, a younger version, but I mean, outside of that, man, I would just, he just need to get back to the game, man. He got 30 plus years with this. He don't need to be dealing with politics. And it's been a lot of people that got swallowed in the Hollywood bubble, and their careers is over. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not just gonna base it off if you don't sell out, then we're gonna get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? We had what's my man from what's that from what movie did he play in? Uh The Juice. I think it was New Jack City. He sold out to Diddy. I know you heard about Carl Winslow. You know what I'm saying? That, Family Matters dude, the father,
I'll be back.
gave up all that clapback. I mean, it's the same, man. Meek Millie, he said he run the city. You know what I'm saying? He went down through there in the oil. I mean, you don't want your name, TD Jakes. You don't want your name in this type of stuff, man. I shake my head to all of that because when I knew it was gonna go down through there, when it came to Diddy, I knew all these names, it was gonna be more than just him. Everybody was gonna have to come out. So again, we talk about Hollywood, we talking about Snoop and what he did. Is that the real true price for fame? Or is it better to not sell out like that and keep your integrity, bro? I mean, is it really worth it? Because I don't think no amount of money you can pay me to satisfy me and the whole world know people didn't ramshack me. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? If they know you out here grabbing ankles on a regular, then what good is your money? Everybody know you grab ankles. So I mean, hey, you can have the money if you want to be known for grabbing ankles and you got the marks at the end of your ankles, then that's on you. You can have all the bread, bro. I salute. Cause I don't. The one thing I don't want is that $50 asshole. So to me, it ain't worth it though. You got it, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. My craft is what got me here, and if it comes at the risk of not getting put in front of somebody else in order to get this, I'm gonna have to pass. One, because my brand is big enough to where I don't need you. I can go out here and do this without you. It might be a little more difficult, but I've already created a lane where I have an audience, I have family and friends, and I have a team behind me that will support me regardless. So let's cut out the middleman. Let's not have any blood signed off on no pieces of paper where 2 years from now you calling me up talking about, oh yeah, I remember this trip. Remember, yeah, I'm gonna need to go ahead and cash in on that. I need you to come through and spread them cheeks open and you know what you got to do. As soon you're not gonna have me on no type of speed dial. I don't care if I gotta go underground and do a bunch of basic movies and all. I don't care. I will do that, and I will assemble the best team that I possibly can.
She would to let me fly you out.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not. But that's why I've never really cared about fame, because I know what come with that shit. I wouldn't even want, like, cause you see how people really be, they do way too much for folks. Look, put it this way, right? I made a post. Well, I responded to a post on Instagram, and tell me if I'm tripping, right? Uh, so Cardi B had said, she said, I I feel bad for the people. I didn't know that rent and the prices were so high out here. If I would have known that, I wouldn't have had y'all buying my album and blah blah blah. And my response to the post was, "How the fuck you didn't know that people was out here struggling?" But you know what I'm saying? And like, I got people arguing under my post. I'm not entertaining it. I'm not about to sit up here and argue with a bunch of Cardi B fans. You came from nothing. You were drugging and robbing niggas. You didn't have it like that. So you already know what time it is out here with the little people. You want to tell me you didn't know that people were out here struggling financially, that shit was expensive? And you're gonna sit here? Nah, you're trolling. You're trolling, or you're being sarcastic. And you didn't give a fuck if people spent their last dime on your album, because you were promoting that shit for forever. You didn't give a shit about that. And that's what I said. But the people are still trying to defend her as if she just lived under a rock. My nigga, we in our 40s. If you was a multi-millionaire, you telling me right now, oops, I didn't know y'all were struggling like that. I didn't know she was expensive. You expect anybody to believe that? No, that's bullshit. Just because you're accustomed to blowing your money on ridiculous things, and I'm only bringing that up to say these folks, man, they will sell you out. They will sell their cousins out. They don't give a shit. Their integrity is gone, man. Like, really gone.
Kind of like they institutionalized a little bit.
Yeah. You make it to the WWE, they offer you a position once in a lifetime. This is what we've talked about this before. You get to be creative. You get to have control over the fate of a lot of wrestlers. But there's a conflict of interest. See, you have to do things towards black wrestlers that you don't agree with. But this is your dream. This is what you wanted. Do you compromise for that? Or do you go with the program?
You don't really have control then, because you can draw up a plan. You can draw up a plan however you want to. You can write your idea out however you want, but that's just the first step of it. The other step is You got to get them to do it. They can look at that and say, I'm not doing that shit. Your plans are scrap. So that's just half of it. It might look good on paper, but how you gonna get that over to the performers though? That's the thing. How you gonna get your storyline over?
Well, let's say you got some pretty dope ass ideas. The wrestlers are with you on it. I'm putting it out there. I'm saying it like you put certain people in positions to never starve or struggle. They are going to take the opportunities at every given moment. The lack of integrity that people have these days are very clear, very. And you know it's bad when you're arguing in the comment section over somebody who don't know you, hoping that they will see your post and then like it or repost it. Snoop Dogg, if I'm him, I would have made my money and I would have got the fuck out of there. Period. I'm not staying 20, 30 years in this shit. Once I made my bread, I'm done. You're not even about to give me the option to decide on this or that. I've already got my schematics out. I'm going to invest in this, this, and this. That's where my money is going. And y'all do what y'all do over there. I'm out.
Cause shit is Ice Cube still rapping?
Nah, he don't rap no more, but
Yeah.
he probably still do from time to time, but he don't really.
He not out there trying to push another album out at this point.
Nah.
He's a 80s, 90s rapper. So that's my point. Like Snoop Dogg a little younger than him, but still they all in the same boat at this point. So you got to do something different. You know, it's not your time no more. And it's okay. I think he buy the cut. That's when I was like, okay, that's a good move. Didn't he buy Death Row or something like that? Like, I mean, yeah, bring somebody up, like make a new version of what y'all was, and find talent. Do that. It was for them. He could do that. Remember how Master P did No Limit? How Birdman did Cash Money? How Wayne did Young Money? Like, yeah. Once you make, like you said, once you make enough bread, it's time to step out the way and let some new people eat. You gotta give back. It ain't no different than what we was just talking about with the wrestling industry, man. Once you become a marquee, it's time to go ahead and get that back for how we build you up and made you up. It's time to go ahead and get that back to somebody that need that. That's just the nature of the business. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But my thing is he could be the cachet that he has because he's known in LA and as a legend, you know what I'm saying? With the Lakers and everything. Like, I mean, he don't need to be in nothing negative at this point of his life. You know what I'm saying? He already did that as a youngin, going to court, almost doing a whole serious bid. He beat that shit. And everything after that, man, should be given back. Should be a blessing. You know, he shouldn't get tripped up with this politic crap and this this gay life. We ain't with all that. You know, we try to keep it straight and narrow over here, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, if that's if that's what you choose to do, then hey, I ain't gonna hold it against nobody. If that's what get them Get them a rush, that's on them. But just respect everybody's boundaries. Like I said earlier, we're gonna keep that good community customer service going on, and we're gonna keep it pushing.
You can't be in the position that Snoop is in, turn your back on the community multiple times, and expect me to believe that he wasn't already sold out. Like, I'm being realistic. The levels that people are willing to maintain their success, if you really knew what they did for it, you would probably be sick to your stomach, bro. Just like you still traumatized off of Carl Winslow. Imagine finding out Snoop ain't no different. Even though technically he's not really any different, because you're about to have a cartoon out that introduces children to same gender relationships and dynamics. If that's not a form of sorcery and witchcraft, I don't know what is. You were just against it. Now you all for it. In fact, my nigga, why didn't you come out with a cartoon 10 years ago? Think about it. Why now? Why didn't you do this before? You're doing it now at the height of all of this LGBTQ shit.
For an image.
Yeah. Somebody sat down, gave him a call, said, look, we want you to do this. This might help. This is probably going to help you out. If you don't do it, then we're going to do this. Should I go back and replay the video again? At some point,
he could have made a cartoon for kids. You know what I'm saying? Make a whole hood cartoon then. That's the case. Kids toting guns. Like, I mean, it's a bad message. It's a bad message. It's a bad look. And when you sell out, let me also say, when you do get calls and you be asked to sell out, when they ask you that, they know you don't really want to do it. That's why it's called selling out. So when you go against what you really want to do, your character is fucked up. You change your shit, you change your mind and contradict yourself off of opportunity. So pretty much what that mean is that you already had that in you back in the day. The difference between now and then is that it's more loud, it's more louder now because he's out that light. You see what I'm saying? He's off the fucking videos and how we, rocked and you know what I'm saying? That was the little swindle shit right there. So now that you ain't doing that no more, people probably saying use a crud bucket. You'll stab somebody in the back for for an extra buck. And he should be straight. You see what I'm saying? And you don't gotta do it like that, because once again, we just talked about Ice Cube. He older than him. Look what he doing. He ain't doing that like that. His character's straight. That man ain't never sell out. He's a straight up businessman. Made movies. Snoop made movies. Like, come on. That shit was already in you back in the day when you was with Death Row hanging with Tupac. You was probably that way all that time. So my thing is, people gotta do better, man. People got to do a lot better, and they got to do their homework on people because, yeah, Hollywood plays a big trick on the fans. They really do. And at this point, like I said, at this point, I don't think Snoop Dogg needs all of that. I think he need to really die down and come about that spotlight, man, because that's what happened when you in the spotlight too long. If you live for the cheers, man, you're gonna end up dying by them boos, man. So it's a wild situation, but mm, I ain't down with that cartoon though. Real talk, especially coming from him, because you know how that's gonna make everybody look. If he promote that, that mean we accept it as a people. We accept work like that. We accept our households like that. Every different household got somebody with that issue in their house. Look at Dwayne Wade and his son. His son got fingernails, eyelashes. See what I'm saying? You don't need everybody doing something for it to be a stigma. You don't need all them numbers. You just need an example, and then you can push the agenda. So now we get a couple examples. We push the agenda that this is how it is for all y'all down with it. And we're gonna go ahead and drop this cartoon on y'all, and y'all live with that. Nah, nah.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself. Nah. I mean, yeah, I'm not blind to the fact that that's the society we live in. Yeah, but it was always some sort of act like this, even back in the day. It was just covered up more. The only thing difference between now and then is that social media is publicized way higher than it was. People got more eyeballs on that specific topic, and back then they wanted to keep everything in the closet and keep it a secret, but it was always there. People wanted to stay in the closet. So, like I say, whatever rocks your boat, but like, everybody not with all that.
I'm not, never will be. Uh these are y'all leaders. These are the people that y'all look up to, and you invest in, and you give all your resources to, hundreds and thousands of dollars a year. You make them wealthy. You make them important. Then they're being used. Everybody's being used, especially them higher ups. They got a process. They use the people in their office. Then they branch off to everybody else, Hollywood, media, all that. They send their lackeys out there, and they go complete their mission. And then once they've done it, all that crap that they dump, it rolls off into our communities. Hence why it was a motherfucker on Instagram the other day. I was pissed. This chick said for Halloween, she dressed up as Sexy Red for Halloween. How the fuck do you dress up for like Sexy Red for Halloween?
That's her hero, man. That's one of the heroes.
the whole fit, bro, was a skirt with her cheeks out, crop top, all stomach, everything was. It was like, nigga, this is a fucking I want to get a train ran on me costume, pretty much.
Yeah, it's Halloween, man. She want to go all down through there, man. That's what's going on.
These are the people that y'all inspired by. That shit crazy me. And they know it. And they use it. So I don't fuck with it. I don't support it. I'm done with Snoop. The Trump shit was fucked up. This right here, nah, I'm good on it. Any last words before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna touch on pretty much what I said in the beginning, man. What I take from this topic with Snoop is that we as a community, we got to bring our kids up the right way. By bringing them up the right way, we have to teach them the right way. They need to know they left from their right, and they need to know a man on man ain't the way to go. Um, got to be man and woman, man. It was designed to be like that. They need to know that. They need to know the responsibilities of a man and a woman in the household, how to bring a family up. Like these are like basics that kids should already kind of know while they in school. So when they get of age, they know what's expected of them. But at the same time, do that mean that everybody gonna be on that path? No, it's not like that today. But that don't take away, the structure and the guidance that need to be presented before them, man. And yeah, times is changing, but yeah, we need to bring that to their attention, man, because ain't no way a household gonna say it's okay for you to watch these cartoons like that, and it's all good. So I mean, nah, I'm not for kids watching cartoons that's promoted like that. That is real negative and brainwashing.
But it's a level of wickedness, man, that can't really be conveyed because I don't think people really understand how spiritual a lot of this shit is.
And then Snoop is the promoter, so that's where they wing you in at because of his name. If Snoop saying it's okay, then I guess we gonna influence a couple of them to go this way, and now we got more same sex marriages and all that. So that's my take on it, bro. We he one of the last ones out there, the real ones, but he ain't the only one that's out there. So I got to scratch him off the list and just support Q. You know what I mean?
Shout outs, bro. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to everybody that pulled up. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. If you're not following, take you a couple seconds, hit the button. If you dig what we're talking about, y'all have a blessed night, man. Hug your loved ones. Count your
Teach your
blessings.
kids. Definitely
Yeah,
teach your kids. Teach your damn kids, because that cartoon ain't the way to go. Ain't nobody same age, young, out there going down through there like that.
where did that phrase come from, man? Because I've seen that shit posted somewhere else. Is that like like a rapper saying that shit or something? Like where did that come from?
What you mean?
that going down there shit. Where did that come from?
Are you talking about going down through there like that?
A rapper said that shit.
Yeah, it's hip hop, man.
I figured it had to be some shit like that.
It's an industry thing.
All right. Then my nigga, you done fuck around and sold your soul too.
I don't sell out. I buy in.
And you can keep that political shit over there. Yeah, man. Fuck it. We about to get up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. See y'all on Monday, Lord willing. Peace.
Snoop. The OG.
If I'm a one-hit wonder, at least I got one, huh? At least I got something. Really ain't me. The beat bumping, one song could change lives. Let's see something. One joke could save lives. We gon' keep coming, keep functioning. Something out of nothing. Ball-wise, I'm top 300. Get your favorite artist. I'll chop it up with mutton. If they haters, your ghosts can be bludgeon. If they for real, we getting money. Subtract BS minus Negroes, cutting everything authentic. Stupid shit I did it. Punishing myself like my mom. Prison, no questions, no tea, not lifting. One time for